The Attack Titan can glimpse into the memories of its future inheritors.
But how many in the future? Is it just the successor, the person that eats you? Is it just that Kruger got things from Grisha, or could Kruger get things also from Eren?
I think that it's not bound by who the next person is. I think it's all future inheritors. And this brings up a question for me.
But then who decides what is actually able to be seen? The most future of the inheritors?
The last one?
The last one?
The first one? I don't... the person who the Attack Titan itself, whatever that personality has become.
Because obviously we know Grisha wasn't told
obviously
everything
Eren
and shown
does,
everything.
Right?
Yes.
But why? Yeah.
I like if we're going with cycles and paths and memories, I like the idea of Eren being, because he is the end to this, he's also in a way kind of the beginning, the one that finishes the job and is the one that kind of makes sure that the ending comes to pass, like actually happens, and that his life goes the way that it did. Make sure it happens. Don't change anything. Make sure Grisha does this. Make sure Mikasa and Armin planted somehow in there.
I'm trying to understand when the language that they use can glimpse into the memories of its future inheritors. It doesn't necessarily bind us to the belief of it has to be after this person inherits the Attack Titan.
Mm-hmm.
The phrasing and wording, I think, could imply that you can take a glimpse into memories of its future's inheritors, even if they haven't had the Attack Titan yet, and get it eventually in their lives, right?
Maybe.
That I feel like you could make that.
You could guess that
conclusion. If that's the case, then when did this all start? When did the manipulation and the direction, let's say that, the directing, who's directed this whole thing, right? Who's controlling this whole thing? When did that first start? When did the play first start? When did the strings start happening? Was it the second that Zeke touched Eren's head when it got shot off? Was it the second Eren was born? Was it the second that the Attack Titan was created? Was it when did it start? Was it now?
I don't know. Was it the second that Eren got his father's memories unlocked, basically?
But if Eren's father...
Because there's influence in memories, and we have here Eren influencing memories. Well, I wrote it down, and I know I keep bringing it up. So now we just got kind of a validation to some extent that Eren can influence memories in the past. When Eren, and by viewing them, and then maybe feeling something or thinking something, or just by viewing them alone, he is then almost present there in the past, just as a ghost. That when Kruger said Armin and Mikasa, is it because Eren was viewing these memories that is why there was a connection to that moment?
What do you mean? So, are you saying that because of Eren's, are you saying that Eren implanted that in Kruger?
I'm not saying purposefully.
I think it was purposeful. I think that was the start, or very early on in Eren's manipulation of Grisha, because he obviously influenced Grisha by what Kruger said, or Grisha was obviously influenced by what Kruger said. That being said, I don't know what benefit it would have done Grisha from Eren's point of view to know the names of
That's
Armin
why I
and
don't
Mikasa.
believe it was actually influential, because I think if anything it was just a validation to Grisha that this was all true in fact, what he's been told by Kruger. I think it was just like, wow, okay, the future really is coming together and wow, those two names. That's why I'm going in the place that purely just by Eren's presence connected into this one little moment sparked something. He tapped in, and he was there almost like a specter, spirit, ghost, like he is in this episode, and therefore could have some influence by his presence, whether intentional or not, but he was there, and he was connected to Kruger.
Yeah. I'm trying to, obviously it's very easy to see why it could be Aaron's influence.
It's all these people are living inside your head.
Yes, correct. Yeah, exactly. Past, present, and future. It's hard to say past, present, even because everything's future ever since the Attack Titan was cultivated. And if it has access to that and there's no limitation, like without any other third party involved, Aaron, so to speak, then it would know its entire history and all of its holders, right? But this is when Grisha, like, goes his own way, right? Like, Grisha knows what's to happen. I imagine he is being shown on his way over here, maybe here in itself, what Frida's gonna say next, and then the inevitable reality of Grisha eating and killing these people, and that's why he knows what's gonna happen next. And then he's like, you know what? Even though I know this is gonna happen next, last second, I can't do it. I can't kill these people.
I mean, some people, you know, to go with that theory that he does in fact know that he needs to leave here. If they say no, he needs to leave here with that power. If he hadn't been influenced or hadn't felt anything, he might have gone into it slightly more optimistic. That if he told them of the future and told them he had the Attack Titan, that he could sway them and he could, get Frida on his side.
Yeah.
But he brings a weapon to be able to cut himself.
He's ready.
And
like
he
prepared,
knows that it's a possibility that if they say no, he has to do this.
Did you forget what you came here for? To avenge your little sister. Eaten by dogs. Look at fucking Zeke, dude. He's like, how do you know? Like, what? For your comrades. Dina, Kruger. To avenge them. Dinah. Oh my god. Like, just, we're being shown, flashbacks of Grisha's memory of when he was first given the Attack Titan. The editing here was great. You keep moving forward. Even if you die, even after death, like, you keep moving forward as in, like, the embodiment of the Attack Titan keeps moving forward.
Because are you ever truly dead if you're a part of it?
That's a great question.
If your memories are still a part of it and your choices are still a part of it and can further inform people after you, then you are still alive.
Yeah.
People always say that they want to do something to make sure that they're immortalized, basically, in history.
Yeah.
It's a similar idea.
Why do you think Aaron's looking like this?
After he does what he does?
Yeah.
Because I don't know if he I don't think he necessarily would need to love what he's doing to do it. I think he just knows that it needs to happen or feels that it needs to happen.
And he's actually, unlike Frida and kind of unlike Frida, but unlike Zeke, he's actually doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's like literally doing it. Like, and oh my god.
I think he feels like, I mean, he's already identified to us that he knows he needs to go through hell to get possibly to freedom. And so that means he has already decided that as a person, he is willing to go through and do and act upon things he deems bad and things he personally deems as horrible, but he needs to do it.
So question.
He needs to
At what point does Grisha know that he's being willed and commanded by Eren or manipulated by Eren? Because you can very easily argue that Grisha should have no idea it's Eren the person influencing those specific memories, unless that there actually is some visceral, there's some real tangible connection between Eren talking out loud and Grisha in the past being able to hear it or something, which doesn't seem like that is the case or could happen. I don't know.
Question. Was it ever truly Grisha's intention to give this to Eren? Was he going to try to do it himself? But then Eren Eren basically commanded it to be passed on to him?
Oh, well, I almost guarantee that, that's my assumption, right? But at what point does Grisha fuck, it's you. You're the fucking person doing this, Eren. Is
it this moment where he collapses on the ground after... This is the moment he does something that he would have never done himself.
But it could have been anyone commanding him to do it. Any person in the future who has the power of the Attack Titan. So it's in my mind, it's one of two things. either there was, like when Eren bent down to talk to Grisha, somehow Grisha could see the future memory of Eren and Zeke standing there and see that it was Eren telling him to do it, or it was here being given the future memories of giving the Titan's power to Eren as a kid, and then Grisha putting 2 and 2 together, being like, oh, fuck, it was you all along.
Right.
I think both could happen.
This could be the moment that he gets basically told what to do next.
Yeah.
Which is to give it to Eren, or told what should happen next.
Will Eldia really be saved because of all this? The wall being destroyed?
The day it happens. If Carla is safe.
God damn it.
Was this really the only way?
Ugh.
And then he looks up.
You're there, aren't you, Zeke?
I really love that the case with the syringe is open too. Laying there. I know it's like it's just a little tiny thing to notice, but I like that it's open and almost displaying kind of what is about to happen.
It's almost like a video game, and like you check what your objective is, and after you kill this family, the next objective pops up, and it's like, don't forget to grab a syringe on your way out. You're gonna need it later.
Oh, look, and there's like a little,
Yeah. So I redact what I said about the 2 possible things, and I think that I'm leaning towards one over the other. I think that it was Eren showing Grisha the future of Zeke and Eren standing there through the power of the founding Titan.
Because that's all it needed to be. To get Grisha to realize what he needs to do next, as we've said previously, be very, very purposeful about what you show. You want in order to manipulate
them to make their own,
and also feel like maybe it's their own decision.
Yeah.
And to show him an older Zeke next to an older Eren would tell Grisha that they are at some point going to be together, and that they are both going to be at such an influential moment and such a big moment together that Eren needs to, Zeke already has royal blood and was already a candidate, or one that was gonna be a candidate. He was a candidate during the time, but he hadn't gotten the Beast Titan yet. So in Grisha's mind, the only way he can get Eren to be able to stand beside his brother in this way, to be able to be there in these memories, is to give Eren this power.
Yeah, I like, he had to have visually seen it. Like, he saw the future here, because his lines are like, you're there, aren't you, Zeke? And then most importantly, right afterwards, from here on, things won't go your way. Only Eren will get what he wants. Like, he's already seen in the future that, like, this is gonna happen. And
it's so funny that he says this, because what does it do?
I saw Eren's memories of what comes next.
Yeah. And then, like, to tell Zeke this, because you're not telling Zeke necessarily what comes next. You're just telling Zeke, Eren is about to do something that you need to stop. And it's just so...
I don't think that you need to stop. I think that...
Doesn't he say right after this, you need to stop him?
Did he?
I thought so.
Oh, God, if that happens, I'm sorry for missing it. But I love the... I
like never imagined it would be so terrible.
Yeah,
he thinks what Eren's going to do is horrible. Or the future that Eren wants is horrible.
I saw Eren's memories of what comes next. Oh, it would make sense what you're saying. I never imagined it would be so terrible. Zeke?
It's like he finally sees him in this moment.
Is that you? How you've grown. It's like Eren is showing Grisha the memories of Eren and Zeke being here, so that there's a in real time connection through a fucking ghost.
Yeah, like he can't even actually see that Zeke's there. He only just knows that Zeke is because... It's like a third eye, right?
Yeah, like a third eye. 2 eyes are seeing what's in front of you, and a third eye in a different part of your brain is able to see what is physically there.
Like, so, you know that he's not truly there, but he is.
I'm sorry. I was a terrible father. The things I put you through were so cruel. God damn. Zeke, I love you.
I did not expect them to actually physically be able to touch.
I don't know if they actually physically touched or if it was more of like a visualization, but if they did, interesting. Very interesting. Weird. If only I'd spent more time with you. Damn.
What would that have changed?
So when does he say you have to stop Eren?
Right after this.
Yeah.
And then the camera pans to Eren just kind of standing there. Okay, but I do want to talk about what would have been changed by what Grisha's wishes were.
Yeah.
But we're watching this play out, so we should probably stay on this.
No, go on.
Oh, I don't know. I wanted to bring that up, that he wishes that he had spent more time with Zeke, which in a way, when I heard that, my first thought was, do you wish Eren was never born? Like, that's where like my first thought that popped into my head was, because
I created a monster.
You literally are saying, like, because with what you're saying, you're implying that you would have never left Marley, or if you did, it would have been
a little bit afterwards.
Yeah,
or maybe less time trying to teach him the way of the Restorationists, or going to
maybe he was
dance club meetings,
appreciating his child and being there, and therefore, what would he have done if he truly was there for his child and appreciated him? I think that what made it so Grisha was able to brainwash Zeke was by how little time he spent with Zeke. I think because he kept such like a separateness between them, I think if he had spent, and lived the same way he did in terms of fathering Eren with Zeke, he would have wanted to protect Zeke. He would have prioritized Zeke surviving and Zeke being happy and keeping the family safe, which is language he uses when he's talking to Frida about that's where his family's home is. That's what he would have prioritized, the self-preservation of the family unit and Zeke's happiness. And if he had spent time with Zeke, he never would have wanted Zeke to take on a power that would kill him in 13 years.
Yeah. You're right. Please stop Eren.
Yeah, please stop Eren.
So I understand where my issue came in. The comma.
I
thought it was please stop Eren. Like showing
commas.
me this. Yes.
Commas.
Like, I thought he was like, I cannot fucking be tortured anymore. Please stop
like
this.
He's telling Eren to stop showing him things.
Yes,
stop,
that was my take. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So my bad. But
he's giving Zeke a mission here. He's almost picking a favorite kid.
Yes.
With all of the things that he's saying, which is so funny because at the beginning of the episode, Zeke's like, you were the favorite kid. And now we're like, no, like, you are the kid that fits more with Grisha's wants and ideals. And
well, it's like Grisha's like, fuck, the world's gonna be fucked. You gotta stop him before this happens. Like, the
brainwashed child I spent no time with is, in Grisha's mind, maybe the better person than the child he was a great father to.
I don't know about better person, but in the moment
has a better idea of, better person to Grisha in terms of what future they would want.
Grisha doesn't know Zeke's future, but Grisha sure as hell knows Eren's.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
He doesn't like what he's seeing.
If he knew, that's fair. He doesn't know what Zeke would want to do.
Yeah.
So.
But he's like, whatever, I don't care.
He thinks
he's like, anything else.
Anything else.
Like, I don't care what the fucking alternative is. Do anything.
Stop Eren.
Yeah, stop Eren.
Which can be so loaded in. Stop what he does because it's horrible. Stop him because we love him. And when you love someone, you don't want them to go through with something that's horrible. You want to save them from themselves. So that can go, you can read into that pretty deeply.
Yeah. Okay, so I have two things, because we're coming towards the end of the episode. I have 2 points that I want to talk about. One's in reference to Eren and these abilities.
Okay.
The other's, more fun.
Ooh.
Which do you want to do first?
Save the fun for last.
Okay. Why...
This has all been fun, though, so...
Yeah. Why does Eren get to choose when people see each memory? Is it something that's yet to come? Is it Eren inevitably somehow getting the Founding Titan, or Zeke allowing him to use it, or why is it because he's the current holder of the Attack Titan and the current holder can choose which memories people why does Eren get to affect Grisha in the way that he does?
So,
which leads me back to one of my theories of, did everything happen the moment Eren and Zeke touched here?
Right. Which Zeke was under the impression that when they touched, he would have full control. But I think that, I believed that quite a bit because of the royal blood. But we were also kind of told through Eren that, it mainly needed to be him touching someone with royal blood that he could give him more powers or have him be able to control the powers more. And so I think it could be safe to kind of go down that route, that it's because Zeke is currently holding Eren's head that is why Eren can be able to utilize more powers and unlock them, basically.
So do you think that that's the moment that Eren put everything into... Because that would be affecting the past then.
It's like he treated this walk through the memories to ensure that this future ends up the way that it did.
You think?
Maybe.
Because it is what played out, right?
I don't truly know anything. I just think a bunch of random things.
Yeah, same. But okay, no, like let's try to understand it though. So we have Eren going back and revisiting this stuff, and how the powers have been defined to us. The only thing that Eren is able to do in regards to memories at the moment, because he doesn't have royal blood, is get a glimpse into memories of future inheritors. Therefore, or in layman's terms, able to know the future.
Mm-hmm. But that was just the Attack Titan.
That's just the Attack Titan. But there would need to be another, like, piece to let Eren influence the past.
Mm-hmm.
A piece that...
I think is just coming in direct contact with Zeke.
Yeah, so do you think coming in direct contact with Zeke let Eren influence the past?
Yes.
Do you think that it's like a stackable thing then? Do you think that because I don't think that the Founding Titan can affect people's past. I think the Founding Titan can see people's past, pass down the memories, and then affect people's memories. Eren has, through Grisha, the ability to affect people's memories because he controls when Grisha sees these certain things in the future.
It's because he has control of the future that, in terms of memories, that is, I think it's almost boosted or powered up. The Attack Titan is powered up here by the Founding Titan and having contact with royal blood.
So, but if that's the case, and he's able to influence the past, then wouldn't the past that we have seen already through seasons 1 to 4 been different? If just now was the time he influenced the past. Everything we saw play out this episode happened in seasons 1 to 4.
Mm-hmm.
So it was already influenced.
Mm-hmm.
If it was already influenced, then like how is it like a time loop in that sense, or is it like a setup from the beginning, you know?
A setup from the beginning?
Yeah, like is it like instead of him right when they made contact getting the memories, it's like, is there something that's yet to come that Eren gets even more power, and with that more power he is able to then like create this whole loop?
I don't think so.
No?
But when you get into this whole future affecting past kind of thing, it gets really confusing.
Yes, it does.
In your head. Time traveler stuff.
Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to
understand. So I'm not
it.
truly understanding what you're asking of me in this moment.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't think anybody is. But it's interesting though, because there's something here, I feel like, of like I'm just trying to understand, you know, and if I don't know. I'm just trying to think about it. If Zeke and him touching, then what? Eren just got like went to work behind the scenes and just played dead until Zeke woke up, or thought that Eren woke up. Maybe the whole time Eren was asleep, he was actually like orchestrating this because he then had access. I don't know.
I like the idea that he realized he had influence during this journey in this episode.
So.
And by seeing and walking through all of these memories, his feelings of what needed to come to pass were validated and validated to the point that all of his feelings of stepping through the past in these memories came out in him making sure his father did the thing. You're not gonna, especially when he saw that his father wasn't gonna do it, like, that would have completely rewritten what is currently happening outside of the paths.
So this is where my confusion lies. There were two possibilities to me. Eren, what you are saying or suggesting, I believe, tell me if I'm wrong, that while he is being taken on this journey with Zeke, in the moment, while being there, he is influencing Grisha's memories to act in a certain way, which would lead to Grisha killing the Rice family and then inevitably passing on the Attack Titan and the Founding Titan to Eren.
It's like by walking through these memories, he's as he's walking through, making sure that each thing happens the way that it had in the show.
So my point of view, like my other idea, was that since the Attack Titan has the ability to see the future, was this Eren not choosing to influence these things now, but knowing already what's to come, because he had lived through this and knows the future, and isn't making any decisions now or influencing things because he's thinking of it right now, but because he's inevitably, or in a roundabout way, already done it, because it's happened in the future, so it's like a recital, basically. Mm-hmm. Like
it's just a making sure everything goes the way that it already did. Just making sure nothing has changed. That we need Eren in the place that he is for this future.
But God, I'm so bad with words. I'm so sorry. Because what I'm trying to say is that I don't think if Eren, I think there's a possibility that if Eren and Zeke weren't in that like world right there, potentially Eren could have still influenced Grisha's memories without being in here.
But I don't know if that fits the narrative of other things we've been shown.
I agree with you. I was just trying to. It was just a way of trying to convey a thought or a point that I was having.
Well, I understand it now. Thank you for trying so hard to elaborate
so
in a
badly.
way that I would understand.
But fun part.
Okay.
Grisha doesn't go to the church. He sees that the Titans are gonna appear and kick through the wall. He's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna fight." Grisha with the Attack Titan versus Reiner, Bert, and Annie. Maybe, depending on age, Levi could have somehow come in time to help. I know he wasn't there, but or like you have some scouts, maybe some MP. I don't know. So like
Garrison.
Like, how do you think? How much would the events that played out? How much would they have deferred if we had another Titan on our side within the walls?
That's a really great question, because of the fact that these were children and they were already anxious to this meeting, and when they crashed through the walls and did this massive attack, they really had no one fighting against them. So the idea of putting an enemy up against them, they were literally just basically predators with prey. Yeah. There wasn't another predator there. There wasn't an enemy to them. They were purely like overpowered against all of these people running around in this city.
Yeah.
And it's a really great question of none of the ones that were there, colossal, armored, no one there could control pure Titans. So it's not like they could tell the pure Titans like, hey, go eat that guy or make sure he doesn't like interfere with us.
Annie's probably the one who called them there, right? That's her ability.
Right. Because she wasn't actually, we didn't like see her, but you're right that she might have made sure that a bunch of them fled into the city. Flooded into the city is what I meant, sorry. But I think that's an interesting idea to bring up of how that could have possibly changed things. I think it would have been a complete shock. You know, they were children. They went into this with the whatever information Marley had given them, which from what we got from the past when they're all around the campfire, they're discussing how it seemed like Marley's information that was told to them was not 100% accurate and amazing in terms of like how many pure Titans were going to be around and things of that nature. And so I think that they would have been utterly and completely shocked by seeing a Titan standing in front of them. Yeah. Because they were told the king isn't going to act. They were told that there was going to basically be nothing standing against them. They were going to do this attack and then they were going to infiltrate.
Yeah.
They were not told that they're to expect any person coming up against them.
Yeah.
And I think that maybe even that shock would have possibly collapsed the plan.
I don't see Grisha winning, but yeah. I see it being an interesting like what if.
Yeah.
You know?
We need some Attack on Titan what if episodes.
Because at the end of the day, Reiner, Bert, and Annie at that point were just kids. They didn't have a whole lot of time wielding it. Not that Grisha necessarily had a lot of practice, but...
And Zeke was the war chief commander person that came up with the strategies and told them what to do. They were acting on one plan that they were already told to do. That doesn't mean they had the skills yet to come up with like a plan B or take new information that was being shown to them and come up with a new plan. Peak wasn't there.
Yeah.
I'm sure maybe Annie could have thought about something.
Another idea, what if instead of three of them, Bert, Reiner, and Annie, it was Bert, Reiner, Annie, and Zeke? What if Zeke was there when when they first attacked? What if Grisha could see into the future and see that his own son was going to attack then? If Grisha tried to talk Zeke out of it then, would that whole father-son conversation and hug and crying have happened before? Like I don't know. There's a lot of interesting, everything's so close but so far away.
And it all had to happen the way that it
exactly. So interesting. So would you say that you agree? Grisha would probably fall short to Reiner, Bert, and Annie?
I think so.
Sad.
Also, because of the fact that Grisha didn't necessarily want to be fighting.
Yeah.
Physically fighting. Yeah.
I feel like I just want to cry, sleep, and rewatch Attack on Titan.
That sounds like a great day.
Yeah. Such a good episode.
Just the 3 things that I need in life.
I feel like the quicker I end this video, the quicker I lose out at just seeing a picture of Eren in front of me and getting out of this zone of appreciating Eren as a character, as a well-written character.
I cannot.
I'm scared of him.
I'm intimidated. I don't know what he's thinking in this moment. I don't know what future he has seen that he knows or believes in his mind that everything that has happened to this moment needed to continue to happen. And that this is the best path.
Why would Eren still do the rumbling? To knock out, to go along with what we heard earlier and make sure that there's no chance anybody could ever affect his freedom or have the chance to...
He wants to steal other people's freedoms before they steal his.
Yeah.
So would Eren, in fact, be someone that wanted to be a powerful military that intimidated the rest of the world? Is that something that he would want? Maybe.
Or hey, I can do this, so don't even try to step to it,
Mm-hmm. Maybe tyrannical, almost as a leader.
Maybe. I don't know.
But we don't know, because we don't know what he's thinking. We don't know what he's seen.
He never wanted the crown.
Mm-mm.
That's
the lyric.
Yeah. All right, that's all I have. You?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time.
Maybe tyrannical, almost as a leader. Maybe tyrannical, almost as a leader. Maybe tyrannical, almost as a leader.
Maybe tyrannical, almost as a leader.